Music, the thing that can keep us flowing throughout the day. The one thing that helps us express our feelings in dark times, happy times, or, well, whatever times. Music is there for us at any click. But the music that you listen to is consuming you, eating you alive, giving you a lack of focus, and increasing your procrastination. So even though music will always be there for you, you can't always resort to it. Alright, so I love music with a burning passion. I like to make music, and I like to honestly just listen to music and enjoy it. And it's probably the same way that you do. You probably enjoy listening to your favorite tunes as well, okay? Now, the thing is over the course of like the last 3 years, I have been trying to stop listening to music as much as I used to. So for example, if you look at my 2020 Spotify Wrapped, you could tell that, well, my 2023 Spotify Wrapped is much, much smaller. I've listened to a lot less music over the course of these 3 years, and I wanted to explain why I'm actually trying to distance myself from music and just not listen to it and resort to it like I did as much as I did in the past. And these 4 different things about music today that I will be discussing with you will hopefully help you understand why I'm trying to not listen to music as much. And like I said, I love music, okay? But it comes to a time in which you have to expand your brain a little bit. You have to try new things, and you also can't resort to it at all times. I've realized that, and I've learned my lessons with it, and I want you to learn as well. So number 1 is music kills your focus. Now I'm going to give you an example as to how music can kill your focus, okay? So let's just take it back to high school, okay? Why not just take it to the past, right? So whenever I was in high school, I was in one of those labs where you do design. Whenever I was doing those designs, and I was trying to watch tutorial videos, I was trying to do the different lessons, the different things that I had to do on my computer, right? In order to learn, I would listen to music side by side, okay? So I'm trying to listen to some dude teach me how to do this, like, complicated video editing thing and maybe this design thing, and I'm watching and I'm listening, but I'm also not listening because once again I'm playing music. I'm literally listening to music while also listening to this tutorial, okay? And it got to the point in which I would do other kind of school projects, right? Maybe I have some kind of English class assignment and I have to read a book and I have to maybe create some kind of creative idea. I'd be listening to music while I was also trying to do that assignment. And what would happen is that I would be so focused on the music that the music would actually stunt me from actually progressing and finishing the different projects and the different assignments that I had to complete. Now, I'm out of high school now, and maybe you are in school, and you're like, oh, I just got called out, you know? Well, I was calling my past self out too, honestly. So this will actually affect you in the future, because it was affecting me in the future. Now, how did this affect me in the future, you might be asking? Well, I would do video editing on my computer for videos like this, right, that you're watching right now. And the issue is that I was taking my old habits and I was actually continuing them from high school to today. So then I would pretty much sit there and I would be on my computer and I'd be listening to music, trying to edit a video, and I'm trying to listen to myself talk, but at the same time, listen to music that somebody else is like rapping or screaming or something like that. And I'm trying to listen to both at the same time. And what I create is a horrible, horrible edited video. And that is content that nobody wants to see, you know? And that is something that I've learned, is that in order to stay focused, in order to actually have your focus, you have to turn off the music. You have to focus on the project, okay? Focus on the work that you need to do, and then maybe do some music, like listen to music later. Listen to music while working out or cleaning your room. Don't listen to it while doing a project that you have to focus on. Alright, now number 2 is music makes you antisocial. Now I know that sounds like a far stretch. Music's gonna make me antisocial? What do you mean? Now, hear me out. Whenever I was in high school, I would walk around and I had my earbuds in, okay? Now, I would listen to music through the hallways. You know, I'm walking down the hallway listening to My Chemical Romance. That was just me. You know, I was just that emo kid. I was, in another world. And it made me antisocial. I didn't socialize with people as much as other folks that were walking around talking to their friends friends and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I did that. Of course, I did that. I talked to my friends through the hallways and whatnot. But there was a lot of times where I was just walking down the hallways with my headphones in, and I was just in another world. And the thing is a lot of people make this to be a habit in high school. They do it a lot. It was something that I did quite often, but I also, like I said, I had a balance, right? And this, I would say, carries on outside of high school, okay? Now, how does this carry on outside of high school? The way that this carries on outside of high school is it carries on into public places, right? Maybe you are at Walmart, right? And then you just go out and you just look at all the different people that are just out there. And there will be somebody, okay, that is in another world listening to music and shopping. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing really wrong with this, okay? But it will make situations a little awkward, right? Maybe you're standing in front of some kind of aisle that somebody else is behind you trying to get something, and maybe they're trying to say something to you. And you're in another world with AirPods in, and you don't even hear them, you know? And that is what happens. There's so many people do that. You know, they're in another world and they're in public, okay? And it's kind of a problem just because you can kind of get in the way. People might try to talk to you or say something to you. Maybe you drop like $100 bill on the ground, okay? Let's just say you dropped 100 and some dude's like, dude, like, hey, you had dropped 100, and the guy's just walking because he's listening to, like, you know, some hard rock or something, not even realizing that he just dropped his $100 on the ground, and some dude's like waving it, tell him. Okay, I know it sounds extreme, okay, but hear me out. I know I definitely sound like I'm blowing it out of proportion of really what it is, but really, I like going to Walmart and shopping and getting what I need and helping out an old lady that is trying to talk to me because she can't reach something on the shelf. You know, that's the kind of person I am. I would definitely say that it's good to just, whenever you're in social public places, just take out your headphones, take out your earbuds, whatever it be, take them out, okay? Because people will try to talk to you, even if you don't want to be talked to. Just try to be a little social. Honestly, whenever you're in public, it's a good idea to just kind of have your sound on, because emergencies can happen. People could try to talk to you. People could try to help you, and you would never know if you couldn't hear them. All right, so number 3 is music makes car rides boring. Now, what I mean by car rides can be boring if you're listening to music is if you have a group of people with you, okay? If you're trying to listen to music while also try to talk at the same time, I'm serious, it will not work, okay? The second that the music is turned on, even to a little bit, people will stop talking. People will try to talk over the music, okay? And then typically it's a little awkward because if you're trying to talk over the music, then the driver has to turn it down a little bit. And then whenever the conversation's over, oh, let's turn it back up a little bit. I like this song. It's just awkward, okay? If you want to have really good conversation, just don't play music in your car. You got a 30-minute ride, okay? Ooh, this is going to be awkward. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, okay? You're on your first date or something. Oh, it's awkward. Let me play my favorite music. No, turn off the radio, bro. Like, turn off the radio. Don't listen to music when you have another person in the car. Now, there's an exception. Okay, if you want to listen to the new 𝘿𝙤𝙤 songs and you want to talk to your friends about it, right? Or maybe it's actually some artist that you actually listen to, because you don't listen to 𝘿𝙤𝙤. Well, you should. But anyways, like, let's just say Drake dropped a new song or something. You want to listen to it with your buddy and talk about it. Okay, cool. I get that, okay? But when it comes to just socializing and you want to have good conversation in car rides, honestly, just turn off the radio, because you'll be able to talk to them. And honestly, it seems so small, but throughout high school, I was always blasting music with my friends and stuff, and we didn't even sing. It was just, we would just enjoy the music, and we would have no conversations. I like having conversations in the car. I have a lot of conversations with my girlfriend in the car, and honestly, it's a great time. We took a 5-hour trip the one time to Canada. We didn't play music the entire ride. The entire ride, okay? We did not play any music. We just talked and enjoyed the scenery, talked about it, made jokes, had a great time, and honestly, you can have some really great moments and really dig deep into people and just dig deep into good conversation whenever you just turn off the radio. So just try it, okay? Just at least try it. Alright, so number 4 is try to listen to audiobooks. Now, audiobooks are great, okay? I'm actually listening to ACOTAR, which is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's something that my girlfriend read, and she wanted me to try it, so I was like, okay, it's a fantasy book, right? I have been loving it. I've been listening to it in my car. It's a great book, and you know what? Audiobooks are great. I've listened to so many books just in my car. It's nuts the amount that you can pretty much read just from your car, okay? And not only that, you can listen to audiobooks while you clean, right? Okay, today I was cleaning, I was listening to music. I could have been listening to an audiobook. Let's be realistic. I could have listened to an audiobook. You're doing the dishes, right? You could be listening to an audiobook. There is so many things that you can there's so many opportunities to listen to an audiobook, okay? Now, I've tried to listen to audiobooks while working out. If I'm being honest, it doesn't really work for me, but I have listened to it while running. That seems to work, but just not lifting heavy weights. I don't know. For some odd reason, it just doesn't work for me. I can't focus on the audiobook, and then it just makes my workout feel weird. I don't know. It doesn't really work for me. Might work for you though, so give it a try. But honestly, just start listening to some audiobooks. And if you want to, actually, you don't know what to read, I will put a link in the description of some of the books that you can listen to that's actually on YouTube, okay? So if you wanted to start listening to audiobooks as soon as possible, I'll give you a list of some of the self-help ones, the fantasy one that I was talking about, and maybe some other ones as well. I'll just put them in the link in the description. So go check those out if you do not know what to listen to. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my suggestion. Honestly, listen to music whenever you want to, but honestly, don't listen to it too much, okay? Music is one of those creations that humans have done, and it's beautiful. There's so much music variety. There's so many things you can listen to, okay? And it's so great that we live in this world where it's so accessible and so easy and just so free to listen to. But I do think that there's so many other things that you could venture to do, like talking to others and also listening to audiobooks that are just as great, okay? So definitely try out some new things, maybe try out listening to some of these audiobooks that I suggested, or find your own or something. Start talking to some people in your car, and honestly, just use music sparingly, not religiously. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And also, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment your top artist and your top song, okay? I'll be doing the same. I just want you to just comment your top artist, your top song for the year. What was your favorite? And I would love to listen to it myself. So definitely comment that down below, and also comment a audiobook that you may have listened to. Why not? Or maybe you plan on listening to. So definitely comment that down below, and be sure to check out this next video. Whoa, this video is about some of the motivation that you might need right now. Maybe you're not feeling motivated, okay? It's very, very easy to be lazy like jolly old Saint Nick, okay? So go into the new year right, check out this video, find the fire within you, and stay Diablo.